Hi guys, so this video has been highly requested. Just kidding, no one requests for me to make videos, but it's actually the only request I've gotten for a video. So yeah, I have two dear friends. If you're watching, hello, I love you guys. And so they requested, because they think I'm hilarious, I love you guys. So they wanted me to make a video of me pretty much telling you what a movie is about. So just a disclaimer, this video does have spoiler alerts. So yeah, just a disclaimer, if you don't want to have the movie Gerald's Game ruined for you, then just click out of the video. If not, just keep watching. Okay, so this is just a review of Gerald's Game. I'm pretty much just going to tell you what happens. Okay, so my two friends, I hope you enjoy. So Gerald's Game is a book written by Stephen King, and yeah, so Stephen King's kind of like messed up in the head a little bit, just enough to make him an interesting storyteller, which is why his writing career has been so successful, right? Okay, so Gerald's Game. So Gerald is a guy, and he's married to a woman named, I don't know her name. But so Gerald is married to this woman. She seems like she's kind of younger than him, not like drastically or dramatically younger than him, but she's kind of younger. And so I guess their relationship has kind of like fallen apart a little bit. And so they're not as close as I guess they used to be. And so I guess they're like maybe on the verge of a divorce, not entirely sure. So they decide that they're going to, I don't know if this was Gerald's decision or his wife's decision, probably Gerald's decision, because Gerald is just a man who likes dominance and all that good stuff, but we'll get into that later. So, foreshadowing. Okay, so they end up deciding to go to this, I don't know. It's not a rental. It's not an Airbnb. I don't know. They rent this house for the weekend. And sorry, I'm getting distracted. People are outside my window, down by the pool doing stuff. Okay, so where's I at? Oh my gosh, my friends. Okay, so yeah, okay, so anyway, so they go to this house. They decide, oh yeah, we're gonna spend the weekend there. I think it was like a 3-day weekend. Not 100% sure. So they go to this house, and it's, I guess, cute. I mean, it's not like we got a tour of it or anything. So they go to this house, and I guess part of the reason why their relationship was falling apart a little bit was because there was a lack of intimacy. And when I say intimacy, not just sex. Obviously, sex is a big part of the marriage relationship, but there's also like that intimacy just like in every aspect of your life. So like conversational, like how vulnerable are you gonna let your partner get with the information you're divulging, and the information that you're letting them divulge, that kind of stuff. So their relationship just really lacked intimacy. And so Gerald apparently was really lacking intimacy, you know, so he was like, okay baby, like let's get this show on the road, right? So, and I guess this happens like right off the bat. So Gerald's like, all right baby, let's Marvin Gaye and get it on, you know. He's like ready to sex up his wife, you know what I'm saying? But they're married, so it's all good. It's not whatever. Okay, so he's like sexing up his wife. He like handcuffs her to the bed, and this bed is like a wooden bed. Obviously it's like really sturdy, really strong, right? So he one hand is like obviously handcuffed to that bedpost, the other hand handcuffed to the other bedpost, and so she's kind of stuck, can't really do anything. So this is kind of where the whole dominance thing comes in, right? So Gerald's like, yeah, let me sex my wife up. So he's like trying to bust a move on her, right? And so that's probably not a good choice of words. So he like tries to make a move on her, you know, and he's kind of comes off a little aggressive, a little like fetish like maybe in the dominance area. So his wife's kind of like, you know, so she's like, get off me, please. This is uncomfortable. Granted, like it would probably be pretty hot if, like, you know, granted it sucks that their relationship fell apart, but sometimes when people's relationships fall apart, they become strangers kind of in a way. And so when you become strangers, it's kind of like, oh, even though we're married, it feels like we're strangers. And so the intimacy is kind of different. It's kind of nice, right? A little exciting. Yeah, but it wasn't doing it for the wife. So she's kind of like, so they start arguing a little bit. Oh, I think because he was like trying to rape her or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah, so he was like this rape fantasy thing going on. But she was like, this is too much. And then so they start arguing, and Gerald has a heart attack in the middle of their argument. So Gerald's over here like, you know, and then he like dies. And so he like falls over on his wife. And she's like, oh my gosh, like this isn't real. So, and then she's also like, Gerald's kind of heavy, like I can't breathe. That's kind of selfish though, because Gerald wasn't breathing. But anyway, so she kind of like, she doesn't kick Gerald off of her. She just kind of uses her foot to, you know, get him up off of her so she can breathe. Oh, snap, Gerald falls on the floor. He accidentally, like, gets pushed a little too far, and he, like, falls back on the bed, and oh, look, there's the edge of the bed, so he, like, rolls off the bed. And earlier in the movie, there was, like, a dog around the house. Okay, so I don't know who does this, but these people decided to get a little kinky with the door open. They had, like, there was a door to the bedroom, and it led outside. Yeah, I don't know. It just led outside. So, this is kind of like why it's important that there was a dog. I mean, you can probably tell where this is going. So, homegirl's like laying there all strapped to the bed. And the bedposts are like super tall, like almost to the ceiling. So there's no way she's gonna be able to like stand. First of all, she can't stand up. Like, how are you gonna do that, right? And because her arms are like stretched super far, and she can't like stand up to move the handcuffs up and free herself. So she's lying there on the bed and it's like, OMG, what am I gonna do? Oh, and fun fact, no one, I guess they had like, the people who like owned the house had people who would like come mow the lawn or something and come like attend to the house. But Gerald, trying to be all romantic and spark that intimacy flame again with his wife, decided we need our privacy, so we're gonna cancel all those services for the weekend. Not a great idea. So yeah, so no one was gonna come. She's laying on the bed. Granted, the door is kind of open, so someone could, if someone was around, could come help her or do what Gerald was trying to do, you know what I'm saying? So, so then she's like laying there, kind of like freaking out, it's kind of like, I don't know, I guess I'll just sit here for a while. So then it's starting to get dark, right? That I would be so scared. So it's like starting to get dark, and then the dog that was around the house, he obviously, like, he was a stray dog. It's not like he belonged in the house. He didn't belong to any of the neighbors. So he's like, I'm hungry. And, you know, Gerald's dead. Gerald's on the floor. So Gerald, well, homeboy's dead. So the dog, I don't know at what point in the movie or what day, but he makes his way into the room where homegirl's just laying on the bed, chained to the bed. And he's like, Gerald's looking real good. So he starts eating Gerald, and the wife is laying there on the bed watching. So that must have been really traumatizing. And yeah, so she's kind of there for a few days. Not a few, like day and a half, 2 days, something like that. And she's like, I really gotta escape. She starts hallucinating. She has past trauma, things that had happened to her. And so, well, not things, but like one thing had happened to her. I actually don't remember. No. She was like, she wasn't molested, I think. I don't know if I'm getting this confused with a different movie, but I'm pretty sure when she was like younger, there was like some eclipse. Oh, because I watched this around the time of the eclipse. Good stuff. So this was like months ago. So anyway, her dad had like, her family had gone like on a trip, I guess. And see, woman, stories within stories within stories, but it all makes sense. It'll make sense in a sec. So her family had gone on vacation. She was like 12, I guess, you know, about to like come into her own, go through puberty, that kind of thing. And she was wearing a dress. And she didn't want to go like on the boat with her mom and I think 2 other siblings, like a brother and a sister or something like that. So she decides to stay on, I guess it was a lake house. She decided to stay at the lake house with her dad. And then the eclipse was happening and I guess there was like totality. There was like totality that was gonna happen. So like her dad, I guess her parents were having relationship problems too. So her dad like sat her in his lap and they were gonna watch the eclipse together, but he ended up this is kind of weird. He ends up like, okay, he masturbates, right? So he's like masturbating to his daughter and trying to distract her and be like, oh, look, the eclipse, right? With the little glasses, but I mean, he's not like molesting her or, you know, like raping her or anything. But that is still really gross because it's almost like the same thing, you know? So, so she's like dealing with that trauma, I guess, you know, the deprivation, the end of her life nearing, starts to bring up that past trauma. So she's like having hallucinations of Gerald, and then she thinks, I guess, Gerald's kind of like alive at first, and she's like, help me, blah, 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 whatever. No, Gerald's dead. He's just a figment of your imagination. And then she was having hallucinations of herself too, and then of like she and Gerald like arguing, and Gerald is just like being rude to her, I guess, telling her that she's gonna die there, all that stuff. And so she's like dealing with Gerald and her issue, and then she's dealing with like her past trauma with her dad, and so it's not great. And then she has to like survive, right? So she, I guess after a couple days, is like, oh my gosh, like this sucks. She gets like a piece of paper, I don't know where it came from, but like above the bed frame or like the headboard, there's like a shelf, like a wooden shelf. Just one single shelf that had been put on the wall, and there was a glass of water on it, and then I think that's where she got the piece of paper. It might have been from the night. No, I don't think she would have been able to reach the nightstand. Also, her phone was there, but it was like too far out of reach, so it's not like she could use her phone to contact anybody. And she like yelled for help, like she's not an idiot, right? So she's like yelling for help, and it's like no one's coming, so she like gives up. And then I guess after the few days pass, she's like, well, I need to try to get out of here because I'm gonna die. Like her lips are chapped, like she's dehydrated, hasn't eaten, but that doggo over there, you know, has been eating on her husband. She's like, well, at least you're being fed, right? No, she never said that, but I'm saying that. At least he was being fed. And so she like, so that piece of paper that she found, she like rolled it up, and I don't know how she rolled it up. I don't remember. I actually don't quite remember. And this was like months ago that I watched it. So she like rolls up the paper, and then the glass was like next to her hand, or she could like move her hand up far enough to, you know, be close to the shelf, and then there was like the glass of water, so she like could just barely reach the glass. And so she like, you know, was like drinking water a little bit, and then like would put the glass back up there. But then she was like, I need to escape, like I need to get out of these handcuffs or I'm gonna die here. And then Doggo like started to try to eat her before she was even dead. So she's like, I need to get the heck out of here because I'm gonna die or Doggo's gonna eat me alive. So she's like, haha, great idea. I'm going to break this glass, the cup, and use that to help me get out of these handcuffs. So she like breaks the cup on the side, the glass cup on the side of the shelf, and then she uses a shard of glass to slit her wrist. because I guess she thought, oh yeah, the blood will make it slippery and then my hand will slip out of the handcuff. So she slits her wrist and then tries to pull her arm through the handcuff, and like it is like pretty gross. Where she cut, because handcuffs are really tight. Thanks, Gerald. Thanks. So she, like, where she had cut the skin as she was trying to pull her hand through. So like, let's say, yeah, that's my cut. If I'm trying to like pull my hand through the handcuff, it like got caught on the handcuff. So whenever she like got it out, it was kind of like loose and hanging and gross. So yeah, so she slipped her hand out and then was like, oh my gosh, I'm free, yeah. But her other arm was stuck, so she like at least could get off the bed, right? So she is like trying to reach for her phone. Her phone's like about to die or something like that. I actually don't quite know, but I'm pretty sure she got a key to unlock the other handcuff or something like that. I don't think she got the key. I don't remember what happened or how she got out of the other one, but she was able to break free of that one. So yeah, that was pretty much what I remember from the movie. Would I recommend it? If you're trying to kill time, sure, why not? But I'm not sure if it's a movie you should just like go out of your way to watch. I mean, it was whatever, but obviously if you have any past trauma, especially when it comes to sexual assault or anything like that, I would be cautious to watch that, because it might, you know, stir up some emotional difficulties for you. But yeah, that was pretty much my version of what happened in the movie. Granted, like I said, it was like 4 or 5 months ago that I watched it, but yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to like review other movies, definitely let me know in the comments what movie you want me to watch, and I'll try to make the video shorter than this one. But anyway, all right, well, I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day. Bye.